If your gym is getting leads, but those leads are not turning into members, it is not a lead problem. It's an offer problem, a follow-up problem, and a call to action problem. And in this video, I'm going to break down these three biggest reasons why your leads are not converting. And most gym owners are making at least one of these mistakes right now. And when you fix them, you can end up increasing your conversions without spending more money on marketing. So the three reasons your leads are not converting are your offer, your follow-up, and your call to action. Now, most people ignore the call to action. I'm going to talk about that at the very end and share a little bit of eye-opening data with you. But let's start with your offer. So most gym owners, they have a weak offer because what they're doing is doing what everybody else is doing. That's offering one free week, 14 days for $14, 28 days for $47, all of these trial-based offers. And when you do that, you just get lost in the noise of what everyone else is doing. And the reason those are weak are because of that fatigue. Every single gym is doing that same thing. And so you don't set yourself apart. You're not any different. And so you just get lost in the noise. The other reason they are weak is because they're not transformative. You are not providing a solution to your ideal client's problems. If your ideal client is a middle-aged woman who wants to lose 30 pounds, a one free week isn't going to solve their problem. But if you can offer them a solution to that problem, all of a sudden people want to take part in that, because at the end of the day, most people aren't actually looking for a deal. They're looking for a solution to their problem. So first thing we need to do is fix that offer. So how do we do it? We need to create an offer that solves their problem, that is a direct end program. A direct end program means a length of time. That could be 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, but it does have a start and an end. People like when they are starting a fitness program, they like to know that they're not jumping into something that's just signing up forever. They want to know, hey, I'm going to commit to this thing for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, etc. And the other part that you need to focus on, maybe the most with your offer, is your messaging. So let's go through a couple of examples. Let's go through a chiropractic offer, because I think a lot of people could relate with something like this. So here's a real shit offer. You see an ad on Facebook and it says, claim your free chiropractic adjustment. Even if you have back pain, that's not that sexy. That is not that special. And you're probably not going to take action on that thing. But what if we turn that into a good offer, which has all of these three things above in place? One, fix your back pain. So that is the solution. We're providing the solution to the problem. So we're fixing your back pain in the next 8 weeks. That has the direct end part of the offer. And the right messaging is providing something that they want to take part of, or their ideal method of getting to the goal that they want. So for example, fix your back pain in the next 8 weeks with just 2 60-second adjustments per week. That sounds like a lot better offer. And if you're in back pain and you saw that, you might say, hey, I'm definitely willing to give this a try. So we've taken a shit offer, which is a free chiro adjustment. That's the equivalent of a free week, or 14 days for $14, or a 28 days for $47. And we've turned it into a good offer. Fix your back pain in the next 8 weeks with just 2 60-second adjustments per week. So that's the first thing that we need to do, is we always need to fix the offer. Now, the second part that your leads are not converting into members is because of the follow-up. This isn't old news. Everybody knows this stuff, but unfortunately, a lot of people are still not doing it. And there's really three components of this. Number one is follow up within 6 minutes. I should actually probably put at 6 minutes. I have found that when someone opts in, if you follow up faster than 6 minutes, people naturally assume it's automated or that it's a bot, even if it is, but we obviously don't want it to come across that way. And so if you delay it by about 6 to 10 minutes, that is a little bit more human-like. So follow up in kind of that 6 to 10 minute range when someone initially opts in. That's if you're sending a text message. If you're making a phone call, that's a different story. You want to follow up as quickly as possible if you're making a phone call. Now, if you don't start the conversation or get in touch with them on that initial message, we want to follow up every day for the next 5 days. Send at least one message every day for the next 5 days, and vary the style of messaging that you are sending to that prospect to try to engage them and to take action and to reply back to you. And then if they don't take action, then they're going to go on your email list and you're going to follow up with old lead reactivation. Most gyms do not do this. However, most gyms have a list of old leads that they've collected over the years from marketing, from events, etc. You can reach out to those old leads with various offers, and this can actually have a huge impact on your business, on the growth of your gym. So you need to make sure that we are following up. And when we start to follow up with your leads, now you can take that leads, you can book them for appointments, and you can ultimately sell them into members. Again, this isn't new, this isn't eye-opening, but nobody does it. And then finally, we have the call to action. Now, this is probably the part that most people overlook the most. Most people understand follow-up. Most people understand the offer component. However, a lot of gyms have real shitty offers. What most people overlook is the call to action, meaning what are you getting that lead to do next? Now, I have found, I'm going to share with you in a moment, that booking a call actually has a lot better performance than something else, and I'll share that why. But before we do that, let's talk about a booking page and then a confirmation page, which again, most gym owners overlook. So what makes a good booking page? You want to create a booking page that has some elements on it. It has your logo, it has your address with your Google reviews. Now, don't put your Google reviews if they're shitty, but hopefully you don't have bad Google reviews. And if you do, that's a different problem you got to solve. Then you're going to have some elements letting them know what they need to do next. So they're going to book a call, for example, with your fitness coordinator. And then on there, you're going to have your calendar where they can do that. So have a strong booking page now that when someone opts in, they go to this booking page and they can take action on whatever you're trying to get them to book. Now, after that, you need to have a strong confirmation page, and almost no gyms are doing this. On that confirmation page, you want to have a video about what they can expect. You want to have some FAQs, and then you want to have some testimonials. So for example, here's the top part of a confirmation page, and you can see on here is a confirmation video. It's just a 60-second video. This one is of me. This is for one of my 4 gyms, and we're just letting them know what they can expect on their no sweat intro call and how it's going to work. Then below that, we have some frequently asked questions. Now, these frequently asked questions are alliteration style questions, meaning they're designed specifically to help overcome some of the objections that prospects have when they get on these calls, so that they're already a little bit pre-sold, or they won't have those objections when they get on the call. And then finally at the bottom, we have some testimonials. So I just showed one screenshot, but we've got about 4 or 5 testimonials on the page of our clients. So you can see now they've opted in. They've with a good offer, right? If you have a good offer, now they've opted in and they're excited about that offer. Then if you need to have a good follow-up, you're doing that follow-up. Then you send them. They have a good booking page that they can land on that's very clear. They know exactly what to do. After they opt in, they have a really strong confirmation page, setting expectations, overcoming objections, and providing tons of testimonials. So now they're even more excited to show up to the call or show up for whatever you're trying to get them to do. So we want to have a strong confirmation page. Now, here is the thing. This is the secret sauce that not many people are talking about. What are we booking? Most gym owners are booking maybe a workout to get started, coming in for that free week. They're booking an orientation. But what I have found, which is driven by data, is booking a no sweat intro call is 3 to 4 times more successful than booking a first workout. For example, let's say a gym owner is running a crappy offer, a 1 free week offer. When someone opts in, what most gyms do is they get them to book that first workout. So the lead opts in, they book that first workout, they might send that lead some text messages, but then they're hoping that they show up for that workout. I actually had a few gyms that were doing this exact same thing. So what we did was I said, hey, let's try something. What we did was instead of booking a first workout, we booked a no sweat intro call. And on the no sweat intro call, the gym owner just booked them in for their first workout. Now, the difference was 3 to 4 times more successful. We had almost a 3x increase in booking rate, and then we had about a 50% increase in show rate, because it's a lot smaller step for a lead to just jump on a call. It's very little friction. They want to talk to somebody. They want to learn the details. You can talk to them at any time of the day. They don't have to come into the gym. So it's very easy for them to have this conversation. And contrary to popular belief, most people want to find out information before they get started. And so when you have a call to action, that is a no sweat intro call. And that doesn't mean that you're selling them over the phone, but you're building a relationship, building rapport, and then setting expectations, and then maybe booking them in for that complimentary workout. You have lots of different options that you can do from a no sweat intro call. But the point is that booking a no sweat intro call, I have seen, is more successful than anything else that you can book, whether that's a workout, a trial, an orientation, whatever it is. And so therefore, when you are building your booking pages and your confirmation pages and you're trying to get them to do the next thing that you should be getting them to do is to book a no sweat intro call. No matter what your offer is, a no sweat intro call works. Even if you're running those crappy offers that I shared earlier in the video, on the call, you could get them scheduled for a trial. You could sell them into your 14 days for $14. You could do all sorts of different things. But the point being is the no sweat intro call gets the highest booking percentage and the highest show percentage. So these are the three main reasons why you are not converting leads into members. Most gym owners, they don't have a lead problem. They have a lead conversion problem. And you can solve it by fixing your offer, fixing your follow-up, and maybe most importantly, fixing your call to action.